All right, all right, all right. Says we are live. Let's check it out. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat. Those of y'all that's in the building early. Smash the like button as you come on in. I say smash the like button as you come on in. We're going to talk a little boxing in the AM. Share the video and spread the word to the ends of the earth. 78 Sports TV is live, you dig? Yes, indeed. Back into the groove of things, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about 70%, which is a lot better than I was last week. Last week, I was like 10%, man. I thought I was up out of here the way my stomach was twisting and turning. But a couple more, I say by the end of this week, I should be back to 100%, but I feel a lot better now. Let's scroll up and see what we got in the building thus far in the AM. See what we're doing here. Nada 86 is in the building. What it do? Rick Blackwell, Jalen Hudson, the lovely brown sugar Tay-Tay is in the building. Jeff, the producer. Sheldon, LDBC, enough and reloaded up in here. Rod Neal, the Sensei Stormy B-Man is in the building. Joseph Brown, Mo 2013, King Strick, 619 Cali Factor Dago in the building. Dane Watson, Pablo Escobar, KO for Miles, Iron Waffles, Will Sinclair, Mook Styles P, G Code, K Mac, Star City J, what's happening with it? Boss Man Dre, G Code, we got Kevin Dunbar, Cedric Trailer, Andre in the building. Let me see here. Oh, you know how YouTube gonna play games, man. They're gonna try to slow my road to that 100K, but it's all right. We're gonna get there eventually. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it the right way. No shucking, no jiving. You know what I'm saying? Coach Hudson is in the building. What did it do, Coach? Man, I was cracking up yesterday, man. You know, look, man. Yesterday I was watching a video. Was like, you know how you be scrolling through shorts, right? So I was scrolling through some shorts, and I seen Coach Hudson video pop up. Right, it was a short. And he had this dummy doll, and Coach Hudson he was teaching people how to put a chokehold and what to do. I mean, I was cracking up. I said, man, Coach Hudson, a killer. This man out here teaching people how to be trained killers. Lacey the Great, what's happening with it? Real Spit, what's happening? MJ Total Health and Wellness Enrichment. Callie Snipes, the musician. Salute to the musician. Sean Burton in the building. All right, y'all. Get them lights all the way up, ladies and gentlemen. Get the lights all the way up and share the video on all your social media, you know. All right, let's talk about it, man. What's up, Jay? Ravens Nation, what it do? Let's talk about it, man. Boots, man. Boots last weekend, man. Saturday. This Saturday. Boots took on Lima Bean. And in full disclosure, we know Lima Bean was a bum. We know that, right? So we ain't trying to I'm not trying to, discredit Boots' victory because it was an excellent victory, but we know Lima Bean is a chump, right? When I heard Boots was fighting Lima Bean, I typed his name in on YouTube. What's up, Brandon Adam Perry? What's happening with the Freedom's March, the homie? When I typed Lima Bean name in on YouTube, because I had never heard of him, I just started looking at fights, and I wasn't impressed at all. He was getting hit a lot. I said, man, Boots finna destroy this dude. You know what I'm saying? Boots finna, you know what I'm saying? This is very good matchmaking to make a statement. You know what I'm saying? This is a Eddie Hearn chose this guy to make a splash. You know what I'm saying? He wanted Boots to look phenomenal. And it's a smart, intelligent move by Edward Hearn because most people don't care about the quality of the opponent. They just care about knockout reel, highlight reel, stuff that they can share with their friends real quick. And they don't have to get too technical about what happened in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because then you're going to have to know boxing to explain what happened. Most of these fans nowadays, they just want to see somebody get hit upside their head, you know? So it was a smart, clever tactic by Eddie Hearn and Boots. My brother Joe Towns is coming through standing on LDBC Business, Old Hillside Bourbon Company. Go check them out. What's happening with Del Reeve? Powerhouse Watson, Young Abel, what it do? AC Boxing, Adewale M, salute. Now, this is Boots' first move up to 154 pounds. We know Boots had opportunity. He was offered fights. He was just at 147, and he was offered fights with Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, and some other guys. And Boots, he turned those fights down to move up to 154, where he would be, according to him, he could be 100%. Okay, so Boots came in there against this opponent who he was supposed to smash, and he smashed him. He smashed him like a turning on the. You remember back in like 1988, and you turn on the kitchen light, and it's the mother of all roaches is running from underneath the refrigerator. He trying to make it to underneath the refrigerator. And he got that big old egg sack, and you got to get him because if you don't get him, they're gonna have a whole generation. He crushed him. And that's how you're supposed to do it. When you fight a chump, you're supposed to crush him. So shout out to Boots for that. You know what I mean? Boots is one of the most talented fighters we have going into this next generation of fighters. You know what I'm saying? He's very talented. We don't know how good he is yet. We see the flashes of brilliance. We see the talent, right? The athleticism, but we don't know how good he is yet. And me personally, just me, and I don't want to come across as like I'm not high on Boots. I am high on Boots. But my thing is, I don't want to fall into the same trap with Boots that I did with guys like Gervonta Tank Davis. You see all this talent, you see the knockout power, you get so hyped up, you can't wait for them to, I want to see him fight this guy. I want to see him fight that guy. And then the fights never happen type stuff, you know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, in the good news, what's up, Coach 67? What's up with the insane talk? What's happening with it, homie? We got up here. For Quan in the super chat, appreciate the love, family. And with the super sticker, thank you. Appreciate the support. Definitely. Now, the thing is this. Boots, after the fight, he called out everybody in his division, okay? Cut all the guys at 154. He said he ready to fight all of them, you know what I'm saying? He want Virgil Ortiz next. And he said that the Virgil Ortiz fight should be next. Virgil Ortiz and Boots is a fight that years ago we was talking about happening at 147. The fight didn't happen. You can blame whoever you want to blame. Me personally, I blame Virgil Ortiz because him and his trainers was talking about Boots and Virgil and Boots. That fight's like 5 years away. They said something crazy like that. And once I heard them say the fight is 5 years away, I knew they was full of it. You know what I'm saying? So I blame Virgil Ortiz for the fight not happening at 147, but now they're at 154. So the fight should be able to take place. It should be underway shortly. Virgil Ortiz has a fight coming up. If he's successful against Erickson Lubin, then him and Boots should be next. You know? So he said, Party says Canelo and Bud are out the door. Boots up next. Hey, that's cool. I'm saying if Boots, he got to hold it down. I want to see Boots attempt undisputed at 154. That'd be dope. Because by the time Boots achieves undisputed, because he's still not official champion yet. He's still not an official champion yet at 154. You know, I don't count the interim belts and stuff like that. I don't count that. I mean, you can count if you want to. I don't. But once he becomes an official champion, then he can start trying to become undisputed. You know what I mean? What's up, Jay Grant Jr., Craig L., CJ Robinson? What's happening, yo? Shout out to everybody in the building. Vincent Williams, salute. Hope y'all smash the like button. The likes all the way up. Coach 67 say, for real, he can't be like Tank. He has to do something. Yeah, he got to fight him. And but see, one of my homies, I was talking to the homie. Let me see. Matter of fact, let me go to Ring Magazine once. Let me check something out real quick. Let me check something out, just so I know what I'm talking about here. Come on now. Okay. Let's get here. Where we at? Okay. Now let me share my screen real quick so I can share this with y'all from what the homie was telling me. What's up, my brother Drew Titan LLC in the building? What it do, Drew? All right, let me see here. Let me share my screen. What's up, Sister Shawa in the building? Sean Burton, salute. Let me see here. Okay. Let me make sure it's sharing. All right, there it is. Okay, now y'all see this guy here? Now my brother Boxologist hit me up yesterday and said, man, he said he don't believe, or he don't know, he not sold on Boots fighting Virgil Ortiz next. He think Eddie Hearn is going to act like he tried to make the Virgil Ortiz fight, but he said he think they're going to fight this guy right here. I don't even know who this dude is. Abbas Baroa or something. You know what I'm saying? Now, this guy is the WBA champion. Boots is the interim champion or something like that. So for Boots to be the full champion, he's going to have to fight this guy here, another bum. Now, I'm not saying Boots is going to fight him. But I just want to put it out there like the homie told me. Boxer just told him, King G. I want to put it out there just in case. You dig? Just in case. All right, but anyway. Yeah, I know you said Bass is a better fighter than Lima. Man, I don't know. He going to be a bum to Boots. Boots going to watch that dude. And he ain't no Virgil Ortiz. He ain't no Virgil Ortiz. I want to see Boots beat up Virgil Ortiz. I've been waiting years to watch Boots beat up Virgil Ortiz. The war report say Abbas ain't no Lima though. Okay, we gonna see. I bet you he be a Lima to Boots. Boots gonna wash him. 3 rounds, wash him. And I'm saying that without even knowing who he is. He got a Shaw would say Abbas about to fight Xander. Oh, I forgot about Xander. I forgot all about him. Well, I'm gonna look up the Abbas dude before I start calling him all kind of names and being ignorant. Let me watch a couple of his fights first. Let me watch a couple of his fights so I don't have to be doing no retractions. He might be a Stone Cold G or something. But who do y'all want to see Boots fight next? Do y'all want to see? Would y'all rather see Boots fight Abbas or Virgil Ortiz Lubin winner? I just want to know. Put it in the chat. Abbas or Lubin and Ortiz winner. Let me get y'all on the record. Yeah, Jay, you know I don't like people with dumb names. Okay, y'all saying Virgil. Okay. What's happening with D-Man Jr.? Okay, so we all look at that. See, y'all saying what I'm saying. I'm saying I want to see him fight the winner of Ortiz and Lubin. But my homeboy King G Boxall just said he think that Boots is going to fight the Abbas dude. So I'm just letting y'all know. Darth Kieran's in the super chat. Much love, much appreciation coming through with that 10-piece, brother. Appreciate the love. Says salute. Get well soon. Thank you, brother. I'm on my way. Like I said, I'm about 70%, 75%. By the end of this week, I'll be back 100%. Omaha Quick. You saying cut the BS 70. What BS? You haven't. Please articulate the BS that I'm speaking right now. What? What did I just say that was ridiculous? That was BS. What did I just say? Everybody in the chat said the same thing I'm saying. They want to see Boots versus the winner of Lubin versus Ortiz. Now, do you want to see a Bass dude or something? Is that what you're saying? What are you talking about? Yeah, Coach Hudson said, Boots said clearly he wants Virgil, Charlo, Baccaram, then 48 hours talking about, let me see here, 1 second. Let me get back up here. He said, within 40 hours talking about Bass and Zayas, Eddie, Slicker, then a can of oil. Yeah, that's what the homie was telling me. The homie said, yeah, don't block Omaha quick, man. I hope y'all ain't block Omaha quick, bro. And y'all gotta let people have different opinions so we can. That's what make a good show. So we can, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a conversation. Now, if he start talking ignorant, he can't debate or something. Then you get rid of him. You can't just block somebody because they got a different opinion, man. Let me see. You said Oscar trying to make as much money as possible on Virgil. Well, forget it. I can't even debate them because y'all probably slapped them already. My goodness gracious, y'all some killers up in here. Man, y'all be messing up my little debates since I be trying to have. Yeah, man. Y'all gonna make me have to put a pause on some of them wrenches. Yeah, give him a chance to say something crazy first. Let me see here. Seen the unseen. What's happening with him, fam? Del Reeve, what it do? Shaw would say, plus I saw an interview with the Bish yesterday. Oh, wait a minute. I missed it. He said, plus I saw an interview with the Bish yesterday. He indicated he in talks with Xander. Okay, good. That's good. Omaha Quick, he says, because after the fight, Boots called out Virgil. Plus, he already signed his part of the contract, or he'll fight the winner. Huh? Boots already signed his part of the contract to fight Virgil? Is that what you're saying? I ain't heard nothing about that. Maybe you're right. Have y'all heard it? Boots already signed the contract? When this happen? That don't sound like nothing Eddie Hearn to do. You saying Boots Ennis already signed the contract to fight Virgil? Well, when did this happen? See, Omaha Quick, this is why, y'all got to stop making up stuff, bro. Come on, fam. Let me see. Show me the interview where Virgil Ortiz and Boots or Oscar, or matter of fact, show me the interview where Oscar and Eddie Hearn say that they have already signed the contract. Because if they say that, then okay, we got to fight. Now I can be quiet about this. We got us a fight. Yeah, we got us a good fight then. He said Boots signed his end months ago. Now, see, I don't believe that, man. That's probably for a whole nother fight. If Boots signed his contract to fight Virgil, if they were supposed to fight at a certain time and Virgil pulled out and said no, and Virgil's finna go fight somebody else, I don't believe that contract is still valid. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that contract is still valid, bro. No, not if they fighting all these other people. I don't believe that. Y'all got to show and prove. Months ago he signed a contract to fight Virgil, but he training to fight somebody else. Nah. I gotta see this. I gotta see it. I need you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to show and tell. That's the game I play. Yeah, y'all gotta show and prove now. Let me see here. Right. I understand you saying that both Eddie and Boots said they signed it. But what I'm saying is that, listen, bro, Listen to me clearly, y'all. Stop being emotional. Listen to me, y'all. What I'm trying to say is that contract that they signed valid for right now, or was that a contract that they were offered to fight Virgil before, and Virgil said no? Now we have to make sure that we're talking about the same contract. I don't want to be spreading no misinformation. See what I'm saying? But either way, hopefully Virgil and Boots fight, because I got Boots stopping Virgil. I don't think I don't think Virgil is as good as people think he is. Virgil's solid. He's solid. But for whatever reason, some people think Virgil is like this monster. He go, man, Virgil can get Boots a fight. I think Virgil gonna get beat up. In my opinion, Virgil gonna get beat up messing with Boots. And I've been saying that for years. Now, also, after this Boots, this magnificent performance by Boots, we started seeing like people now pushing for Boots and Crawford, or Crawford need to give Boots an opportunity. I was watching Stormy B-Man video this morning, cracking up because Stormy was cooking. But this notion that Bud needs to give Boots a shot. Bud needs to meet Boots. Bud don't have to do nothing. You understand me? Terrence Crawford don't have to do nothing else for the rest of his boxing career. But he could take care of his kids, make his money. You understand? The same way you busters in the media sit around here and justify people fighting Jake Paul. Oh, he got to get his money. He got to get his money. Come on, man. Then Terrence Crawford can do whatever he wants to do. He don't have to meet Boots nowhere. He ain't got to get Boots nothing. Jaron Boots Ennis is the next generation. He is going to build his own legacy. You understand? Jaron Boots Ennis has enough people to fight to build his own legacy, and he's going to do that. He's going to do that if he's good enough. If Boots is who we think he is, he's going to do that. Terrence Crawford, I'm sick of you dudes coming on this internet telling me what Terrence Crawford need to do. Crawford need to do this. Crawford don't need to do nothing, bro. It's ridiculous. Sick of this mess, man. What Crawford need to do. For Quan in the super chat. Back in that with the super sticker with the 5. Appreciate the love, family. Much love, much appreciation for Quan. Yeah, that's my issue with these fans, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're gonna get to that later on down this. But how are you gonna have a standard for Terrence Crawford, who just fought Earl Spence, right? And he beat Earl Spence convincingly, right? Then he goes up to 154 and wins the belt. Y'all was hating on that. Right? Oh, he lost. I thought he lost. Of course, you want him to lose. You want him to fail, right? Then the man go up and fight Canelo. Now he gonna lose Canelo. Ain't no way he gonna beat Canelo. Man, they got weight classes for a minute. Then he go out there and do the unthinkable and dog walk Canelo. Y'all talking about Snack and Victor Conte and steroid allegations and this and that. Even though Canelo the one who got popped dirty, but y'all talking about Crawford like he the one popped dirty or something. And now you got open your mouth again to say what Crawford need to do. Crawford don't got to do nothing. I hope Terrence Crawford fights the chumpest of all chumps. I want Terrence Crawford next opponent to have a mullet. I want Terrence Crawford next opponent to have a mullet. And I want Terrence Crawford to beat the hell out of the dude with the mullet. That's what I want. And I want to hear everybody crying, man, you can't do it. Man, he fighting the bum. I don't care. You can't have it both ways. You can't tell me it's cool for Tank Davis to fight whoever he want to fight. And if you criticize him, you hating on him. But then y'all turn around and tell me who Bud has to fight. No, Bud is a legacy fighter. He'd already built his legacy. Tank ain't built no legacy yet, but we'll get to that. What's up, Supreme Beast? About talk Cadillac Red. Yeah, Crawford versus Joe Dirt. Facts. Yeah, I want Crawford next opponent to look like Billy Ray Cyrus from the 1990s, the early 90s. But ain't there any Miley Cyrus daddy? That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. Crawford ain't got to do nothing else. He's straight. Now, if he wants to go down to 160 and pick up a belt there, that'd be great. Because I heard Terrence Crawford is thinking about fighting. What's the boy name? He in negotiations with Janovic, whatever. So hopefully they can pull that off. That's a good fight. Coach 67 say, I see people saying he needs to fight David Benavidez next. Same people say Canelo didn't have to fight Benavidez. Thank you, brother. This is why I love my chat. See, this is just intelligence. This is common sense. And this is how you know people be racist and have double standards. How in the hell David Benavidez been Canelo mandatory since forever, begging for the fight, calling him out, doing everything. Fans pushing for it. The media stays silent. The boxing establishment stays silent. They let Canelo do whatever he wanted to do. Why? Oh, Canelo, man, he ain't got to fight Benavidez, man. Canelo, come on, man. Canelo can do what he wants. Soon as Bud stomped Canelo, the next day, the media talking about Bud got to fight Benavidez. Sick, man. Just sickening. And I'm so glad that David Benavidez stood on his square and said, nah, let Bud do his thing. I'm about to go and become undisputed right here in my division 175. And then I might move up and fight at cruiserweight. So shout out to Benavidez. Benavidez is trying to build his own legacy. You see what I'm saying? Yes, indeed, Stormy. So, yeah, we'll see what happened with Boots, man. I hope everything work out for him. I do want to see him versus Virgil Ortiz. I think Boots is one of the most talented fighters that we have for this next generation. I didn't want to see him fight. I didn't care if the fight happened, but I wasn't pushing for him to fight Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford because I felt like it was too early for him. And Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford need to fight each other at that time, right? And the thing is, I think that if Boots would have tried to fight one of those guys at that point in time, I think he would have lost, and then people would have a different opinion of Boots right now. You know how people is, man. People are very fickle, man. People, look at all the people. Oh man, Boots the man, Boots the man, man, Boots the next generation. I promise you, I guarantee you. Now I'm not saying I want this to happen. If Virgil Ortiz or somebody beat up Boots, these same people, man, Boots overrated. I always know he was overrated. See, I always know he wasn't that good. See, one thing about him, shut up, man. Just shut up. That's turncoats, man. Junior. Let me see what Junior talking about. Junior say, Bud Crawford versus Norman Smiley in the exhibition. Hell yeah, I'm with it. Make it happen. What's up, Ratchet 91? What it do, fam? Shemaine could have caught home. What's happening? The War Report say Boots can build a great legacy at 154. I agree. I think he can become undisputed at 154. Defended a few times. Let me share my screen again. Let me share my screen real quick. Let me see here. All right, here we go. All right. So this Abyss dude, Boots can beat him. I ain't never seen him fight, but I'm sorry. Just by his name, I know he ain't nothing. Boots gonna beat him. I'm an expert in names. In the history of boxing, there's never been nobody with a stupid name that's been an all-time great. Let me see here. All right, now let me go to, that's the WBA rankings. Let me go to WBC. WBC, We got Sebastian Fundora. Now, see, Boots gonna have a time with this guy here, man. I hope Keith Thurman beat him. I hope Keith Thurman beats Sebastian Fundora, because in my opinion, I don't want to make no allegations against Fundora. I'm not trying to be mean or mean-spirited towards him. I just don't trust him, bro. This dude seemed like a duck to me. Something like as big as you is, you always got some duckiness. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. I don't want to say too much because he just. Do anybody in the chat know what I'm talking about? So Fundora always seemed like he got some like, oh, Fundora finna fight Earl Spence. Y'all hear about this? Oh, no, he ain't. Oh, Fundora finna fight Bud. Y'all heard about this? Oh, no, he ain't. No, man. Oh, Fundora finna fight Keith Thurman. Oh, no, he ain't. The hell with Fundora, bro. Until he started fighting somebody, big old chump for nothing. Remember, you know what? Fundora reminded me of this dude named Joseph. I used to go to middle school with. No, high school. No, middle school. This dude was like 6'5" in the 8th grade. He towering over people. And couldn't jump, couldn't hoop for nothing. He just one of them stiff leg Frankenstein dudes, couldn't touch the rim. Nothing. Everybody, man, what is it? That's Fundora. Now, we know Fundora got talent. We know he got talent. But Fundora, you know, War Report said he needs to show proof of the injury. I agree. I absolutely agree. Where's the X-rays and stuff like that? This dude, listen, had he not done this with Earl Spence and he had not done this with Bud before, I don't trust Fundora. Now he's doing it with Keith Thurman? Come on, bro. So I need Keith Thurman to get that belt, or somebody got to get that belt from Fundora. Hold on a second, yo. It's my mother. All right, y'all, my bad. Let me see here. Let's see what we got here. So anyway, that's how I feel about Fundora. Ain't no telling what this dude gonna do, man. So the jury's still out on him. You know what I'm saying? He's talented and all that, but I just don't trust him. I think he got some duck in him. You know what I'm saying? I think he got some duck in him. All right, let me see about the IBF. Ain't this for the IBF? It is Bakram. And this he can scrap now. Bakram can scrap. I would love to see him and Boots go at it. Bakram can scrap. You know what I'm saying? Now, see dudes with names like this, like Bakram, you see, you don't be want to fight dudes like this. You got to hit them dudes with a bottle or something. You know what I'm saying? Bakram, you know, he from over there in Who Give a Fuck stand and stuff like that. Russian, all that kind of weirdos behavior over there. Let me see what we got here. That is the WB. I mean, that's the IBF. Look at the WBO. I think Fundora got that one too. No, you don't. Zayas does. Yeah. Some good scraps here for Boots, man. It's some good scraps down here for Boots, man. I'm with it. Yeah, it's some good scraps for Boots. So we'll see. We'll see how they all work out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how it all work out. All right, let's talk about Lamont Roach and Isaac Cruz. Lamont Roach will be taking on Isaac Cruz, given the fact that Gervonta Tank Davis has ducked him. And, you know, Tank Davis fans trying to pretend like he didn't duck. Yes, he did. He ducked. So Lamont Roach will be fighting Isaac Cruz. Lamont Roach was given a substantial amount of money, pay some step aside money basically, so that they can so that Tank can go ahead and be a little zesty like he is. So now, hey, Brown Sugar Tay, I'm doing good. I'm feeling, like I said, I'm like 70, 75% right now. By the end of the week, I'll be back. By the end of the week, I'll be back. But Esau Cruz we know he's solid, but he not all of that. You know what I mean? Lamont Roach should be able to beat Esau Cruz. I think that's actually going to be a good, entertaining back and forth action fight because of their styles. Lamont Roach is not on his toes type of fighter. He can box, but he stands in front of you. He stands toe to toe, and he can circle and stuff like that. I'm just saying he's not an outboxer per se. You know what I mean? So Esau Cruz is going to have opportunities to land and make this a competitive fight, but I got Lamont Roach stopping him. And between 8 and 12, I got Lamont Roach stopping Esau Cruz and listen. If Lamont Roach stopped Esau Cruz, he will be the first person to stop him, won't he? Anybody stop Esau Cruz, have they? I got Lamont Roach stopping. The thing is, though, yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say. The World Report. Why is he going up to 140? See, that's some PBC stuff. That's some PBC nonsense to me. That's some PBC nonsense. And to be honest with you, I think, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even say nothing, man. I ain't trying to be no conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying, bro, I don't think they want Lamont Roach to win this fight. I don't think they do. I think Lamont Roach embarrassed Tank Davis. Why would, if Lamont Roach just moved up from 130 to 135 to fight Tank, right, and he beat Tank, there are other opportunities for him at 135. So why are they pushing Lamont Roach out of the 135-pound division to 140 to help Esau Cruz? I don't think they want Lamont Roach to win. I think he's being sabotaged. I don't trust the PBC no more. I just don't, bro. I don't think they're the same. When the PBC first came into the game, you know how everybody felt about the PBC? I don't trust them no more, dude. They move funny style. They act like they Golden Boy promotions. I don't really see them looking out for no brothers like that. I just don't. I ain't trying to be a jerk. I'm just telling you how I feel about the PBC. It don't make. Why is Lamont Roach having to move to 140? He just got to 135 and look phenomenal. Why? Junior say that yellow angry bird is gonna do Lamont dirty. Man, it's messed up. I think they want Esau Cruz to beat Lamont Roach, and that way they can say that the Lamont Roach Tank fight was a fluke. Tank was distracted. You know, Tank was thinking all that. Man, whatever. Lamont Roach gotta be locked in, and I think he's gonna come in locked in. If he come in locked in, he can stop Esau. But I don't think that's fair for him to have to. He just moved up, bro. Now, so basically, he got to go up in a whole another weight class. Come on, bro. Ridiculous. Patrice say, let me hear. Cruz be getting a lot of opportunities, even though he stays looking average in his fights. A black fighter loses once, and it's over. He's done. Yeah, that's why I say the PBC is a golden boy, bro. I don't trust. I'm telling you, the PBC is a scam to me. I don't care. The PBC ain't nothing but an extension of golden boy, bro. That's all it is. They tricked everybody into thinking they on some black stuff. These, like I said in my other video, all of the PBC best pay-per-views had Oscar De La Hoya co-promoting it. Tell me I'm lying. All Floyd Mayweather pay-per-views with PBC, Oscar De La Hoya was promoting them joints, except for the McGregor one. My brother BFTB boxing in the building. What it do, BF? Salute to the homie. Faquan says, I hate to say it, but Lamont got to do it even though it's a setup. Yeah. For real. Lamont has to be absolutely locked in and know that they do not want you to win this fight. You embarrassed Tank Davis. You messed up their plans. You were supposed to get knocked out by Tank. Instead, you exposed Tank. You know what I'm saying? You know, you exposed him. So now, you know, they're going to try to get you back. Yeah. They probably going to let Pitbull come in there and juice to the gills. Ain't no telling. Lamont, be careful, man. But I'm picking Lamont by stoppage, though. All right. Then we got my boy, Devin, the Dream, Haney versus Brian Norman Jr., the WBO welterweight champion of the world. Okay. Devin Haney moving up, taking on the best person in the division. BFTB say PBC has been gentrified. Yeah, you know how they do. They've been funny style. But I'm telling you, PBC I'm telling you, bro, if you go all the way back, who controlled the media? Man, I don't even want to get into it, bro. PBC, it's a lot of stuff I could say, bro. I tried to say it back then. People got mad at me, said I was cutting the jig. Oh, man, you criticize. Bro, I'm talking to the fighters. How you going to tell me? I'm talking to the people behind the scenes. But anyway, Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. This is going to be a good scrap. Good scrap. Now, this fight can go a variety of ways. Well, I ain't going to say it. I can say this fight can go 3 different ways. It can go 3 different ways. For Quan, what it do? Appreciate you, brother, coming back with the super sticker. Thank you, brother. I believe Brian Norman Jr. is the best fighter at 147. That's what I believe. And Devin Haney's taking on the best fighter at 147. All right. Devin Haney's moving up. His first fight at welterweight. Devin, who has the advantage in experience, being on the big stage under the bright lights. You know what I mean? Being on this level, Devin has that experience. All right. I believe Devin is the better boxer. Between the two. All right. I think Devin has the better ring IQ. However, Brian Norman Jr. is the harder puncher. He's the harder puncher. Brian Norman Jr. has a fast twitch left hook from hell. Okay? I've been studying him. I've been watching him. He got a nasty, nasty, nasty left hook. Devin is preparing for that. I don't think this fight is going to go the way a lot of y'all who are picking Devin to get knocked out. I don't think this fight is not going to go the way y'all think it's going to go. Devin is not going to fight Brian Norman. Virgil, let me get this guy here. Virgil. See, this is the problem I be having with boxing fans. We're here talking about boxing, right? And talking about, everything I just said. What did I say that would make you say Devin hasn't knocked anyone out in 10 years? Did I say Devin Haney is the stronger puncher? Did I say Devin Haney is going to knock out Brian Norman? No. This is the stuff that be on your mind, though. What does Devin hasn't knocked nobody out in 10 years have to do with him being the smarter boxer, like I said? See what I'm saying? You might as well say, hey, 78, I had cornbread yesterday. So, what do that got to do with anything? Hey, 78, Devin Haney, he like Burger King breakfast more so than McDonald's. But see, Brian Norman, he like McDonald's. Devin like Burger King. This is what happened. Y'all be so excited to just talk. Y'all just be saying anything. But so let's get back to it. Shall we? Uncommentary with St. Louis with the 5-piece. Much love, much appreciation, family. Says, appreciate the content, General. Glad to have you back, brother. Thank you, family. definitely appreciate you with that 5-piece, brother. Thank you for the well wishes. Okay. Yeah, Sheldon, don't even worry about it. I didn't even want to go there. He said Devin Haney had a knockout in 10 years, even though it's a lie. I didn't even feel like dealing with it. But anyway, I think Devin Haney is going to outbox Brian Norman. It's going to be a risky fight, going to be a dangerous fight, but I think Devin is going to step to Brian Norman in certain spots. I think he's going to step to Brian Norman in certain spots. He has to be extremely careful. We know Devin got a lot of heart, a lot of dog in him, but I don't want to see him put into a position to show his heart or his dog against Brian Norman. Because if he's in a position to have to show his heart and his dog, that means he's getting hit. If he's getting hit by Brian Norman, that's no. I ain't gonna be able to sit down and enjoy the fight. You see what I'm saying? Devin got to put that stick on him. He got to get behind that stick. He's gonna have to feint. He's gonna have to get Brian Norman to react to all his feints. See what I'm saying? He got to get Brian Norman to react to them feints. He's going to have to change levels, change rhythms, and frustrate Brian Norman Jr. And get Brian Norman to get off of his game plan and start attacking and being reckless. That's what I think Devin going to have to do. But I think he will. And I got Devin winning that fight by a unanimous decision. I got Devin winning 116, 112, either 8 rounds to 4 for Devin Haney over Brian Norman Jr. in a good fight. Insane say you got Norman you got Haney stopping Norman in 6 or 7. Hey man, I'm not putting it past Devin. I'm not putting it past. You land enough shots, you can make it happen. You catch somebody when they don't see the punch coming, you can make it happen. Faquan says Haney got to do what Bud did and pick and choose when he wants to stand in the absolutely. That's why I'm getting at right there, bro. Can't stay there the whole night. Can't stand in front of that man the whole night. You got to pick and choose when you want to be there. You got to frustrate him, give him different looks. Let's see here. Alex Saddam in the super chat, that 2-piece. Appreciate the love, fam. He said Devin is an elite boxer. Salute 78 in the chat. Salute, fam. Dago say he got Brian Norman. I know you got Brian Norman. I know Shaba got Brian Norman. Let's see who you got in the chat. Who y'all got between Brian Norman and Haney in the chat? Y'all go ahead and put it in the chat. Who y'all got winning the fight? So we can just, see where we at. It's a good scrap, though. Okay. A lot of Haney. Got Norman. Okay. Dream, Norman. Okay. This is a good one here. I like this. I like how this is mixed up here. I like how this is all mixed up. That means, see, listen. When you ask a question like who y'all got in the fight, and you see these many people engaging, that's how you know you're dealing with a fighter who's actually fighting somebody. You know what I'm saying? Freedom's March is in the super chat with that 5-piece. Thank you, good brother. Appreciate the support. Says this is what they do, 78. Attack a straw man. He says because they don't have a real argument, they do this in the chat all the time. Yeah, they start, making up stuff nobody even talked about. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. Okay, so this is a good mix of people here. Most people got, I would say from the chat, I should have put up a poll. I forgot how to do that though. I forgot how to put up the poll. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that again. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I got Devin Haney winning. It's a great fight. I'm proud of Devin for taking this fight and with no hesitation and saying, yeah, that's what I want. I want to prove I'm the best, like a straight G. I'm happy. I'm proud of Brian Norman Jr. for accepting the fight and not making up no lame excuses and all that. He said, let's dance. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's going to be a good one. And it's going to be one of them fights I'm watching by myself. By myself. I don't want no distractions. I don't want nobody around me. I don't want to hear nobody hating. I'm going to be watching this fight by myself. I might go live. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go live for the fight. I'm gonna go live for the fight, man. Yeah, War Report is the main event. I don't know why Turkey keep doing that weirdo stuff. Philip Quinn in the super chat with that 2-piece. Appreciate the love. He says, was Lima another Rod Salker? I ain't heard that name in a long time. Rod Salker. Man, I remember Rod Salker. Danny Garcia beat up that dude. Lima just, he ain't got no skills to mess with Boots. That's all. Rod Neal said he got dead by split decision. Okay. Sheldon say whoever wins gets full credit. None of that hating. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's what I really want from this situation. Of course, I want Devin to win. But regardless of what happened in the fight, I want this to be and this is how I see stuff, bro. And y'all might disagree with me, right? But like, I don't want to get to a point, because this is what happens on YouTube, bro. And that's why I try to stay away from this topic. I don't want to get to the point where we hating each other. And every time two brothers we like both of them, and they finna fight, we always feel like we gotta hate the other one and drag the other one. And I ain't got time for that, bro. I'm tired of that, bro. Let's talk about these other folks. Drew Titan LLC, my brother in the super chat, with that 5-piece, much love, much appreciation, says, Devin, unanimous decision, but I'm gonna be nervous as hell. Me too. Said because Norman can make something pop at any moment. Respect both champs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think Devin's experience is gonna give him the edge in this fight. I think Norman is just like, I'm actually, this how I feel. I'd rather Devin fight Norman now than a couple years from now. I'd rather him fight him now. You know what I'm saying? My brother BFTB Boxing say he got Devin by stoppage. Got him by stoppage. Dev gonna step to him. You gotta pick his spots. Patrice in that super chat with the 2-piece, appreciate the love. It says, ignoring Ortiz, Floyd went 2007 to 2017 without a KO. Oh yeah, you talking about what dude said about Dev? Yeah. Oh wow, shots fired. Visionary say, Bud goes up and fights Canelo. Devin goes up and fights Norman. Boots goes up and fights Lima Bean. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. That's dangerous. It's all facts, though. Yeah, this is definitely a good fight for boxing. Definitely. I'm with it. I've been waiting for this one, man. So, yeah, I'm going to be nervous the whole time, you know what I'm saying, because I want Dev to win. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be waiting. But this is like one of those fights like, let me say, Drew say, if Devin stops Norman, I don't want to hear ish from anyone. Man, if Devin stopped Brian Norman, if Devin stops Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney is going to my number 3 pound for pound. He's going to be number 3 on my pound for pound list, behind Bud and Usyk. I'm just saying. I know people go, nah. Because, see, this is what they're going to do. If Devin does beat Norman, people, listen, I'm just warning y'all right now. I've been here a long time. People are going to try to diminish the win. They're going to try to diminish Devin's win by dogging Brian Norman. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try to drag Brian Norman, say he was never good and all that kind of stuff. That's what they do. Jermaine, I'm glad you're here. You came right in the building hating on Devin. The jury style on Devin. What do you mean? Devin has been undisputed. He's a 2-division champion, trying to be a 3-division champion. But guess what the next topic is? your buster friend, Tank Davis. Now I'm finna cook him thoroughly. Just because Jermaine came here hating. Whew, let's talk about Tank. Where do I begin? Gervonta Tank Davis, who has successfully ducked all of his contemporaries and artificially built other people. He has ducked all of his contemporaries. Ducked Lamar Roach. Couldn't fight Devin Haney because Devin Haney too big. Devin too big. He rehydrated to 168 against Regis. He's so big. Tank can make 130 if he had to. Tank a little guy. They're not in the same weight class. Boxing Fan Times 4 in the super chat with that 2-piece. Appreciate the love. Said who sent out the jig germ after the general? Hey, I don't know who did it, man. But, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I got sick. But I'm going to get right back to it. I'm just tell you how I got sick. My wife had a potluck at her job. And usually I don't eat potluck food. But she called me on FaceTime and asked that I want her to bring anything home from the potluck. I said, well, just make a couple plates. You know what I'm saying? Just, we'll see what to do. So when she got home, I saw a plate that had some taco salad. So I went for the taco salad. You know what I'm saying? I went on and made me some taco salad. And I watched TV, went to sleep. Woke up the next morning, feel like it was snakes wrestling in my belly. I'm talking about, man, brutality, nausea, dizziness, stumbling. I'm like, nope, can't take the kids to school today. Can't drive like this. I was messed up, bro. I thought I was out of here. I'm tossing and turning. I can't get comfortable. I'm sleeping on my side. My right. The only time I got comfortable was when I would have to breathe, just concentrate on breathing or whatever, and then, I might throw up a little bit or something like that, whatever. But talked to my primary care doctor on the phone, and he told me it's not food. It don't sound like food poisoning. It sounds like some type of bacterial situation. You know how people at the potluck they go to the bathroom, don't wash their hands and stuff, and now you even got some probably some doo-doo crumbs on one of them taco salad meats. I probably thought it was some ground beef, and that was a doo-doo bug. Yeah, that was a doo-doo crumb, and it messed me up. Black folks' stomachs, the way our stomachs set up, we can't handle no doo-doo bug, and them other people, they can eat like that. So yeah, I was out of commission, bro. I was scared, man. I was like, man, tossing and turning, sweating, couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't even drink no water because every time I try to drink water, I throw up. So I just fasted. Bro. I said, well, I'm just heal my body. I didn't eat no food. October 7th was the last time I ate, and I still ain't ate no food. I drank water, and I eat. I take my electrolytes. I take my my vitamins and minerals, but I haven't eaten no food because I'm gonna give it till like Wednesday before I eat something, and I'm gonna break my fast with like some bone broth, some olive oil, and just ease it in, soothe my stomach, man. Because yeah, whatever kind of Caucasian doodle bug that was, I'm never eating that mess again. Never in life. Let me go back up here and make sure I ain't miss no super chat. Yeah, that was some Caucasoid doodle bug got in me. Let me see what we got here. Bud better than Mayweather in the super chat with that 5-piece. Appreciate the love, fam. He says, honestly, we all should have seen the PBC for who they are. They're influenced by Sam Boone Mayweather. Don't know why so many people love the man. Ain't no telling, bro. Ain't no telling, fam. Let me see here. Powerhouse Watson in the super chat, that 2-piece. Appreciate the love. It says Devin by KO, 7th to 8th round. He has deceptive power. Yeah, Devin definitely got deceptive power. Devin can crack you now. I don't know why people think Devin can't punch, bro. Devin can crack you. 619 Cali Factor Dago in the building with that 5-piece. Appreciate the love. Say salute, fam. I'm a fan of both fighters, but I think Norman will finally get a big name on his resume. He beaten Devin. He said by beating Devin. He says, but if Devin wins, great. Yes, indeed. Salute to my brother. Dago in the building. All right, now let's get back to Cooking Tank. Yeah, Junior, man, I did it. Yeah. I shouldn't. I broke my own rule, but I don't never eat no potluck food, man. Because I know how some people nasty, don't wash their hands and stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I remember I was at this girl house one day, and I ain't had no business being over there, but I had spent the night. This is back in the day, so I had spent the night, and I was too drunk to drive home. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and spend the night. And that's another thing you don't never do. Spend the night by no chick house, especially when she got kids, because them baby daddies that come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, next morning I hop in the shower, get ready. You know what I'm saying? And I see her. She in the kitchen, and she taking out this chicken. She taking out chicken, and she's like putting it in the sink, and it was frozen. So she's like trying to unthaw it for later on when she get home from work. She gonna make the chicken, right? So I'm watching her with no gloves on, put the chicken in the sink and run water on it, and then she breaking the chicken up, right? And she's like, yeah, this will be done. This will be ready to cook by the time I get off work. So she shook her hands dry and then took a paper towel and dried her hands. No soap. Then proceeded to make her daughter a lunch to take to school. Yeah. See, some people ain't too bright. Ain't too bright. That's all. And that baby gonna be in school sick as ever. Slip the jabs in the super chat with that 10-piece. Appreciate the love, fam. He says Jake is paying Tank to do what he told and follow the script. But Jake is not buying a W. He buying the face of boxing moniker. There's a bigger picture to this. Yeah. I hear that, brother. I definitely hear that. Definitely hear that. Appreciate you, Slip the Jab. Now let's get back to Cooking Tank. So now, Gervonta Stank Davis, all we heard from Tank fans all over the internet, right? Y'all remember when Devin beat Regis, right? When Devin stepped on Regis, boy, all you heard the next day for a week straight after that was Tank fans all online. He's so big. Devin rehydrates to 168. He's so big. He's a weight bully. He's a weight bully. That's not right. But like, man, y'all scary as ever. And then you had Leonard Elby coming out saying stuff like this.
They're not even in the same weight class. And let's just start with that. And this nonsense about, well, Tank did this, and Tank can make 30 pounds if he needed to.
So Tank can make 130 if he needed to. And fighting Devin Haney is so out of the question. But now this big old chump, this chump is going up to 195 pounds. And I don't hear one Tank fan on the internet talking about, man, Jake too big for Tank. Not one. Can anybody produce the Tank fans that are saying that Jake Paul is too big for Tank? Where are they? Where are they? Yeah, they don't exist. It's ridiculous. Tank Davis is a coward. He's the biggest coward in the sport of boxing. He's a bigger coward than Canelo. I'm trying to think about this. Is Tank Davis the biggest coward in boxing history? I'm trying to think. I don't want to exaggerate. I'm trying to think of who in boxing history was a bigger chump than Tank. Like, who had all this potential, and everybody wanted to see him fight these other guys and knock them out. And he's like, no, I ain't fighting you. No, you shouldn't have been talking about me. No, I ain't fighting you. You called me out. You clout chasing me. No, you were being mean to me. Nah. He said, AJ, nah, Tank a bigger holder, AJ. AJ's a duck now. Don't get me wrong. AJ ducked Deontay Wilder, absolutely. But that's the only person I can think of the AJ ducked, right? Maybe you could say Fury. So, okay, let's say AJ ducked Wilder and Fury. How many people Tank ducked? How many people Tank Davis ducked? If you could say AJ ducked Wilder and Fury, how many people did Gervonta Tank Davis duck? Yeah, AJ did duck Luis Ortiz too. That's 3 of them. All right, Young Abel say Triple G. Yeah, Triple G in there. We're going to have to do another video about this. We're going to have to do a video where we break down the greatest chumps in boxing history. AJ's definitely up there. Triple G is up there too. But Tank is in there. I'm trying to think, man. Canelo too, but Canelo has some legacy points. Canelo got undisputed and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Look at this. Look at Jermaine. You see what I'm saying? This is my problem with Tank fans. He keeps talking about the Ryan Garcia fight as if this guy wasn't on steroids and didn't come in heavy. That's why I will never show no mercy to Tank. I'm going to cook him for the rest of his life. When Tank Davis got gray hair and he's sitting in the wheelchair and he an old man in a nursing home with them little teardrop tattoos and he ain't killed nobody, I'm going to go visit him. I'm going to go visit him with some flowers, and when he's sitting in that wheelchair, when ain't nobody looking, I'm going to slap the shit out of his weak ass. And then I'm going to leave. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, the hell with Tank Davis. He a sucker. Now, let me open up the panel. Let me put the panel out here. All right. Let's open up the panel, shall we? Get y'all thoughts on this good boxing. All right, the link is in the chat, y'all. Come on up here. You can talk about any of these topics up here. Or if y'all want to talk about something else, let's do it. You see Oscar Valdez. What Valdez do? Bud better than Mayweather. Back in that super chat with the 5-piece. Appreciate the love. It says the odds on Jake Paul went from plus 200 to plus 130. Vegas knows what's about to happen to Tank. Man, it's gonna get nasty. Get nasty out here. Let me see here. Let me put my brother Drew. Drew, is that you, Drew? Make sure that's you, Drew. Okay, I see you, Drew. I got you. Let's see. All right, let's see here. Let's see what we got here. What's happening with it, Drew? What it do?
Chilling, man. Chilling. You know, I'm in YouTube jail until like maybe Tuesday or Wednesday.
Right.
That's all good. And it's over tense. You know, I'm tight. Tank Soy Boy got mad because I make him morph into a monkey every time I speak on him. But I'm only going to be more clever about it because, he's a monkey.
Hey,
did you know?
Hey, BS, if that's you back there, turn the camera just so I can see. Make sure that's you. And there ain't no, okay, I got you.
Yeah. Did you know, and y'all can research this, that, let's say, you gotta be careful on YouTube now because, the LGBTQ LMNOP community is running this thing. Did you know that
It's the right wing, bro.
Male on male situations in the monkey community is actually quite common?
Everybody go on mute. Everybody else go on mute because I got some background noise. I can't hear Drew. You said, yeah, Drew. I know. In the primate kingdom, that's what they do.
Yeah, and I looked it up, but I said, wow, this is all making sense now. So salute to Jamonkey Davis and his unconditional followers. You guys actually are making sense. You're making my point. The point. He's a monkey. He calls himself the Big Ape. Ain't nothing big about him. Because big apes, they want all the smoke. I will never understand how Devin Haney was too big. What about? I had somebody who was that? That dude, that number 7. I'll just call him number 7. He told me, no, I'm sorry, it was Delano. He told me last week that he was cool with him not going up to 140 to fight Josh Taylor. And he was cool with the Barrios fight because Josh Taylor was too big and gave real welterweight vibes. So I said, well, this is the Big Ape. He beats everybody. There's no Josh Taylor smoke. But you can't tell me that Devin was too big, and now you're fighting a real ranked cruiserweight.
Right.
You guys are out of excuses to defend Tank right now, and you guys are you guys are shooting at everything, man. When you're still using Ryan Garcia to defend Tank and to degrade Devin, you've already lost. You're defending a racist, drug cheat soy boy.
Hold on.
How do you sleep with yourself? Yeah.
Hold on 1 second, Drew. Jermaine.
Yeah.
This is what I mean, Jermaine. You say a black man calling another black man monkey is diabolical. No, what's diabolical? What's diabolical is for a black man to call himself an ape, like Tank Davis does. So if he call himself an ape, then that's what we gonna call him by his name, his proper name.
Hey, can I say something about that 7-8?
Wait, real quick, Jermaine. Your man got 3 primates tattooed on his chest.
Yeah,
you gotta stop.
You click the link anyway. Why are you in the chat? Click the link.
On top of that,
because I'm here.
My man is supposedly a part of a gang called the Black Monkey Family or something like that. And they sing a song talking about how they drag their knuckles, that they beat their chest and drag their knuckles.
He's not clicking the link because I'm here.
Oh, because you here?
Yeah.
Hey,
all right, well,
Jermaine is cool, bro. Jermaine's cool.
Let Drew finish his point real quick. No, I like Jermaine. My God, let Drew finish.
Well, I'm gonna pass it off. Mother F Tank Davis and everything he stands for. I'll just pass it off there.
Okay.
Hey, mine's to be quick. 7-8.
Hey, hold on. I gotta go to Abel because Abel at work. Go ahead, Abel.
Hey, what's happening, brothers? How y'all doing today, man?
Peace, Abel.
Man, y'all hope y'all been doing good this weekend. Let me say this though too. Outside of obviously Tank Davis, of course, the one boxer I could say that has done a lot of the ducking throughout a boxing history has been Triple G. Like legitimately, you could go back all the way to the mid 2015s when most of us wanted him to fight Andre Ward. And what did the people say about that? They try to make all sorts of excuses of why Triple G should not fight Andre Ward, despite the fact that 160 was one of the weakest divisions in boxing at the time, where there were literally no contenders up there. And yet he said that he could go up to 168 and dominate there. Well, Andre Ward was the king at 168, and yet there were a lot of people that pretty much said, no, what, you should go up to 175 and face Sergey Kovalev. And then Andre Ward did exactly what they wanted him to do, and he still whooped his ass not once but twice. So I could say that Triple G, in a sense, is also one of the worst duckers in boxing history, outside of the Tank Davis, of course. So that's what my 2 cents of the situation. But hey, 7-8, I gotta get back to work, bro. But I'm gonna text you later on this afternoon. All right, homie.
Okay, all right, good brother. Peace, right. Insane. Go ahead, so I can go get to my brother BF and let him cook.
Oh, what's up with it? What's up with you, though, Cub?
What's up with it, cuz?
I'm cripping, Cub, but I just got my shit just real fast, Lo. I got Devin Haney stopping Brian Norman in 6 or 7 rounds.
Okay.
That's all I got to say. I'm up out of here, Lo.
That man came in here and just dropped the bomb and left. Shout out to you, bro. My brother BFTB Boxing. What's happening with it, BF?
Man, what's good, General? Man, how you feeling?
I'm good, but I feel a lot better. I feel 100 times better, man, but I'm still not in full speed yet.
I could tell. You sound a lot different than last time I talked to you. I tell you that right now. Man.
Yeah, man. I thought I was gonna be up out of here, bro.
Yeah, it was bad. But let me get to this work, though, man. So I like how people have selective memories on a lot of things, man. I really like it. But they upset, like the homie Jermaine, he upset that a black man called another black man a monkey. But he don't seem to be upset about Tio calling Tank the same thing. Woo! It's kind of crazy, you know. It's fine that if a black man called another black man a monkey, them fighting words, we upset. But if Tio calls him a monkey, he say he's fine with it. Yeah, he just fine with it. Got Tio eat bananas on the screen. Told him straight up, hey man, he calls himself a monkey. They called himself a monkey. So I mean, that's what he said. That's what Tio said. I'm trying to figure out what Tank gonna do about that. I guess nothing. I guess it's not. I guess
Right.
that's okay, dog. I mean, look, hey, if you scared, just let everybody know you scared, bro. That's fine. And it seems like Tank fans is scared of Teofimo Lopez. You know, it seems like they've been talking about how Tank should fight Tio, and then when I bring up Tank should fight Tio, everybody get mad at me.
Yeah,
And all of a sudden, people ain't my friend no more because I bring up Tank should fight Tio. Yeah, it's all good. I already knew what that was hitting for from the first place. And then you got all these people running through the comments. They've been quiet for a long time, General, bro. They've been quiet. Right. Quiet for a long time. You know, they've been rambling on, talking about how Jake not a real fighter. He not a real fighter, and Tank will never fight nobody like that. He'll never do it until he's fighting him. And now when he's fighting them, they want to talk about Devin. It's like, well, wait a minute, dog. Hold on a second. Devin did a half-ass dap with Ryan Garcia because they're set to fight. Just in case y'all curious. Like, they're set to fight. Like, Devin is going to fight him. Like, that's the only way Devin is going. That's why they sued him, to get the fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sort of like when Champ was surprised by Tyson Fury, everybody was up in arms.
Right.
And it was like, oh God, I can't believe it. Well, I mean, he's gonna fight, bro. So now when we're looking at Devin, about to fight, gonna fight Ryan Garcia. I mean, the guy that ducked him. Now all of a sudden it's a thing. Well, what happened to I could have swore Tank dapped up Lamont Roach. I don't remember anybody saying anything about that. Didn't Tank say he was going to run up on Lamont Roach's kids at his kids?
Yeah,
school?
he said he know what his kid's school at. Which was crazy.
So why are you fighting Jake Paul then? I mean, so why are you fighting Jake Paul if you was going to run down on this man's family? This dude is straight sucker, bro. I mean, 100% clown, bro. Straight up clown. And it'd be the hypocrisy that these people will be doing. And you know what happened, General? Like, a lot of these same guys that be coming over here for security because they know you ain't going, you're not going to do them dirty. You going to cook them, but you ain't going to do them dirty.
Yeah. I ain't going to do them how you do them. Yeah,
I put them on the grill and just leave the fire on. These dudes straight charcoal, dog. So they just stopped coming over here to me. They stopped coming. I got to come over here to get work, dog. They just stopped messing with me altogether. And it's all good. I understand. Hell, if I was them, I wouldn't want to talk to me neither. Because the homie Jermaine can still pull up. But anyways, let me just stress this Brian Norman thing right quick. And then I'm going to give it to somebody else. Listen, bro. I think Brian Norman is okay. There you go. Devin going to wash this dude. Tired of everybody running around here, gassing this dude up like this and that and that and this. Dude can punch, yes. But see, I know somebody that sparred this man. And on TV, this dude said he really don't hit that hard, man.
Oh, word?
Yes. The dude that just fought on the card this weekend. On the undercard this weekend. Well, not really the it was an undercard. He just fought on the undercard this weekend. Sparred him and said he really don't hit that hard. On the Lima Bean Boots card. It's like, yeah, he really don't hit that hard. So listen, bro. I used to think something different, but the more and more I look at this, I got Devin beating the dumb dog doo-doo out of dude.
Worse than Regis?
He gonna embarrass bro. And his daddy's a sucker. And I know he's watching right now. And I want him to know he's a sucker. He a straight clown. And his team is watching too. And all of y'all straight suckers, straight marks, clowns, the whole lot of y'all. When I was out here, General, riding for them, when the facts was against Boots, I was riding for them. Them dudes was, that's right, man. BF, he know his thing, man. BF, he know, that's right, man. I rock with BF, man. He know his thing. Yeah, because I had the facts. And then when I got the facts that you guys was lying the whole time, now all of a sudden y'all got a problem with me because I put the truth out. Nah, stand on the truth like you thought you were standing on the truth before. Them dudes is suckers. And they duck Boots, regardless of what anybody says in these comments. They duck Boots. Because you can try to fight Devin when you're fighting Jin Teriyaki, but mysteriously you can't fight Boots when you're fighting Jin Teriyaki. I'm still waiting for them to figure out which lie they want to tell about whether they was taking drug tests in Japan or whether they was not taking drug tests in Japan. I'm still trying to figure out which lie they want to tell, whether they could fight Devin or they couldn't fight Boots. I'm still trying to figure this out. I would like one of them to figure this out. Bro, I'm pretty sure they watch it. They're more than welcome to click the link. General welcomes them all. And please tell if you could fight Devin when you can make that fight with Devin when you was about to fight Jin Saki. Why couldn't you make the fight with Boots when you was about to fight Jin Saki? That's one question. My last question, I'm gonna give it back to you. Is you said on my brother's channel that you didn't take drug tests in Japan. You then came back and lied and said you did take drug tests in Japan when I called you out. So if you posted the VADA test of when you took a drug test for VADA, then post the drug test you took when you took one in Japan. If you can't, use a lying mark like I told you was from the jump to your face. Use a mark, straight liar, and you'll stay that. And I can't wait. I can't wait till November 22nd. But y'all got
my brother Cook. Hey, Coach Hudson, is it okay if I save you for last? Because can't nobody follow you, bro. So that's why I'm trying to save you for last, bro.
Do your thing, General.
Okay, let me go to Sean Sanders. Sean Sanders, go ahead, brother. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, 78?
Wonderful, fam. What topic you want to cook on?
The Tank versus Jake Paul. Yeah, I was calling to say, I don't see the problem with Tank fighting Jake Paul. Like, from my perspective, I think it's good for the sport and it's good for his future fights. That's if he fights Shakur and all the other guys. Like, I feel like this is if he knocks Jake Paul on his ass, those next fights are going to be huge. So I think he's doing his part to build those next fights.
Wait, you think Tank is you saying that you think Tank fighting Jake Paul?
Yeah, I think that's going to be huge. Like, after that's if he knocks, like, if he put on a good performance.
But
I
Tank
think it's going to lead into these next fights.
But Tank says he's retiring. You believe him or no?
No, I don't believe him.
Okay, so do you think why? First of all, this is what I'm gonna say to you.
He said it, so I got to take his word for it. But
right. I don't believe that Tank fighting Jake Paul is going to make the other fights bigger because these other fights are real boxing fights, and these are fights that the fans wanted to see.
I might have to just to cut you off real quick.
Go ahead.
I might have to cut off. But
what did you say, Sean?
I said I might have to cut off. I just got on the job, but I'm listening. Though I might still talk. But
okay, go ahead. You can listen from the chat. It's all good, bro. No worries.
What were you saying?
I said I don't believe he needs Jake Paul to make a bigger fight with Shakur Stevenson, a bigger fight with Devin Haney, a bigger fight with Teofimo Lopez.
I agree.
Tank can fight whoever he wants to fight, and it's going to be a big fight. We all going to be tuned in, locked in. We all going to order pay-per-view. We all going to watch it. If he fight any of those guys, he don't need Jake Paul. The Jake Paul thing is Tank trying to run up a bag and escape through the back door. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. He's trying to escape through the back door to me. I don't think he don't want to fight none of these guys, man.
How you doing? What'd you say? 8.5. 8.5 yards.
I put you on mute, Sean Sanders, because you at work or something.
Hey, man, Tank a star. He don't need nobody to make a fight big. That's what I thought everyone was telling me. Tank a star. So he don't need this Jake Paul. See, the thing is, the Jake Paul fans, they're cool with this fight, although he's damn near 100 pounds heavier than him. They cool with this fight because they don't think Jake Paul's a real fighter. And if he's not, that's a testament to what we've been saying. Tank doesn't want to fight real guys because real guys will make him look bad or make him lose. And these are the Tank fans as a whole. This is why I don't deal with this with his fans. I don't deal with him.
Indeed. Let me go to Black Martial Arts Society. My brother, what it do? You on mute, bro?
Yes, sir. How you feeling, General?
Feeling good, bro. How you been?
Hey, I'm blessed, man. Just here with the kids, off work and whatnot. But
yes, sir.
Hey, you notice that these dudes seem to be cut from the same cloth. I'm making a bold prediction right now that Boots fans gonna be the next Tank fans, and Tank fans going if he retires, they gonna venture over to Boots, because I don't know if you saw it earlier, but I got into it with a Boots fanatic, not a Boots supporter, a Boots fanatic, in the comment section, right?
Right.
Homie said, and they all do this. Homie said, man, y'all hating on Boots, man. It be your own people. In 7-8, you hating on Boots, bro. There's always black people. I'm like, where have I heard that before? I heard that with AJ, and I heard that with Tank. But wasn't Boots the one who ran over to spar with Canelo to help Canelo beat a black brother? What these black boxers don't understand is that the fans of Crawford is the same fan base that's going to support Boots. And for all the things I've said about Crawford, I supported Crawford. I paid for this fight. And I rooted for Crawford regardless of any issues I got with him, because at the end of the day, he represents me.
Right.
Just like when Boots gets in there with them other people, he's representing us. So when Boots ran off and said, and people were defending him, he should fight, he should go train with Canelo. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. No, you guys just worship the white man. Canelo's not that good. What do you mean a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? It's an opportunity to tell your fan base that you're a coon because you ran over there, got like $10,000 to do what? To let your fans know that I'm not gonna support you because you're showing me that you're not on any type of code. And it's always these black fighters that do not have a sense of code. Their fans run up in here, talk about we need to be on code with him. So we need to be on code with Tank Davis, who was hugging a man who insulted his race and his religion. It's crazy for us to call him a monkey, but it's not crazy for him to hug the man that disrespected his race and his religion. Wow.
Yeah.
These dudes are cut for the same cloth. And I promise you, Boots is the next one.
Yes, sir.
I can't find one. I'm just gonna say this and go back to mute. I can't find one Tank Davis fan that put that nonsense aside and rooted for Devin when he fought Ryan. Meanwhile,
Never.
I bought the Ryan versus Tank pay-per-view for 2 houses, and I was in my living room screaming for Tank to stop this kid because I knew what it meant. I rooted for Tank, but I can't find one Tank fan that stood in the pocket for Devin because Devin remained undefeated and unblemished meant that these two brothers could meet and make some money and make some history and made the best man win. They didn't see it that way. These guys are waving pom-poms, and we talking boxing, but they're waving pom-poms. So when Tank retires, take your fans with you. That makes me sick.
Yes, sir. Stephen of the Mizak, what's happening with it, bro?
I ain't no 7. And you know me find out some of these Polish sauce with the onions on it, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you know I'm just here for the show. You know how I feel about Tank. Tank a sucker. I got Devin over Brian Norman Jr., you know what I'm saying? Lamont Roach and Cruz, that's gonna be a hell of a fight, but I got that as a draw, you know.
Right.
Yeah, man, I'm just here for the show, 7. I love my people, that's all, you know. I just chilling.
Hey, no doubt, bro.
You already know.
Yeah, for sure. Let me go to my brother, Coach Hudson. Coach Hudson, what's happening with it, bro?
Salute, General. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother. I hear you.
Man, shout out to you. Shout out to all the brothers on the panel. Next time you feeling bad, man, just get you some ginger, get you some beets, man. Bite right into them, and it'll knock that food poison out. But
oh, good. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Hope you feel better. But let me say this. First of all, I usually go in on our own, holding the men accountable for how we should carry ourselves as men. But let me say this. First of all, any black man that is still defending Ryan Garcia in any way, you cannot call out any other brother about his conduct as a black man. Because no matter what you say about a brother saying monkey, Ryan Garcia said he wanted to join the Klan, an organization that hung black people. This man said he wanted to dig up George Floyd's body, but you know what? I ain't even gonna go in on a brother today. Let me point this out and let me apologize for something that I did. I had called Boots out and I had said, there's no way that Norman Sr., Terrence Crawford, Devin Haney, Tio are all saying the same thing and lying on you. This is what I realized after watching that press conference with Eddie Hearn. It ain't been Boots this whole time. It's been Eddie. And we have to have the same energy for these non-melanated demons that are in the sport of boxing that we give a pass to. I don't like the fact that when one of our brothers say something, we drag them and automatically say they're lying. But
Right.
all Eddie Hearn has to do is smile, and we take him for his word. All Oscar De La Hoya has to do is smile, and we take him for his word. I have a question. Eddie Hearn, who the hell do you think you are? Who do
Mm-hmm.
you think you are to get on stage and say, I'm the best? Not only did he say that, Eddie Hearn told Boots, and you all can go watch the interview. He told Boots, you are the highest paid fighter right now because what you just made in a minute and 36 seconds, it would take any other fighter 36 minutes to make. He said that to that man's face. And Boots tried to laugh it off and said, what? And
Yeah.
Eddie, like a devil with a smirk, looked at the camera and didn't even clear up what he was saying. So basically, if you all know how to read between the lines, he said, nigga, I done paid you enough. Don't
Right.
nobody ask me about no money. Now
Mm-hmm.
we got to start looking at these guys for who they are and what they say. Our manhood, the essence of our manhood is what's on the line right now. For him to look at Boots and say, "Hey Boots, what you want to do?" And Boots look at him and say, "Hey man, I'm on tour. Well, whatever you want to do." Don't you ever do that, Boots. Don't you ever put it in his hands, because what they're going to do is, if your career is derailed, they're all going to take that little second of that interview and they're going to say, well, Boots, see, they gave you a chance right then and there. You should have said, hey, I want you to do your job, Eddie. Because let me just say this, and shout out to all the YouTube content creators. If it was not for all of you, for the general, for our brother Drew Titan, for our brother BF, for the LDBC, our brother Champside, our Queen Sugar Free, all of the content creators that actually reminded us that this damn fight was even happening, none
Mm-hmm.
of us would have even remembered to watch the doggone fight, because Eddie Hearn has been doing a horrible job. And I want to know, where is all this promotion money going on when we haven't seen one ad? We haven't seen one commercial. We ain't seen nothing for the promotion of this fight. How is it when we have a fight in your hometown with one of the biggest stars in boxing, they have a hard time selling out the stadium? And then you get up there. Now watch this, family. Now right here, we have to talk about us for a second. If Bill Haney would have got up on that stage and said, I'm the best in the business, even though Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford acknowledged that Bill Haney is one of the best matchmakers in the business right now, if Bill would have got up there and said the same thing that Eddie said, brothers would be dragging him right now. They will be
That's right.
saying, man, what kind of arrogant ninja is this? They will be saying, man, he needs to humble himself for him to get up there and call him the best. But that slick, fork-tongued devil Eddie Hearn can get up there and say it, and don't nobody say nothing about it. How are you the best and you having problems promoting some of the best black fighters in the sport? Now watch this hypocrisy, y'all. Just a few weeks ago, they told us and they were praising the black American fighter. Were
Right.
they not doing that after the Canelo versus Terrence Crawford fight?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now you say that the black fighter is the superior athlete in the sport. The American black fighter is so great. Well, how come the only black American fighter that Boots keeps calling for, you all don't even acknowledge at the press conference? You all don't even mention his name at the press conference. Boots made it very clear who he wanted in a few interviews. He said, I want Virgil Ortiz, I want Charlo, or you can put me in there with Bakram. Now watch how, let me tell you what Eddie Hearn is. For those who know, Eddie Hearn is slicker than a jailhouse lawyer trying to steal somebody's JPay pen. Eddie Hearn is slicker than a car salesman. Eddie Hearn is slicker than a snake oil salesman. Because let me watch what he did. Boots has been saying all week who he wants. Somehow, Eddie uses the media to derail the conversation to start talking about him fighting Xander during Puerto Rican Independence Day in New York. He starts talking about all these other people. That's not what he just said. Eddie needs to do his damn job, plain and simple. Eddie needs to get up there and stop acting like he just and watch this. If you all go back and watch the interview, Eddie is already telling you what his plans is. One of the reporters, and shout out to that media that was in that press conference, because they were asking the hard questions, to the point Eddie got upset and said, hey, you've been asking me some negative questions all week. I don't want to answer your questions anymore. Do you know what the question was? All the brother asked him was, okay, Eddie, if you can't get Virgil, you as his promoter, since you are the best in the business, Eddie, who is the next grand marquee fighter? Because that's what Boots needs. Then they asked Bozy Ennis. Now they said, Bozy, you said that you're big on fighters getting better. How has Boots gotten better with the competition that he is facing? You could tell nobody liked those answers, so they silenced that brother right there in the press conference. Now, you might be saying, well, coach, what's the solution? Coach, where you getting at? I want to show you all the hypocrisy in how we treat each other versus sometimes looking at that evil, wicked puppet master that don't give a damn about none of us. Eddie just made it clear. I have no intentions of putting him against Conor Benn. This came out of Eddie's mouth. This ain't nothing Coach Hudson is making up. This is what Eddie said. Eddie said, I have no intentions of putting my UK fighters in there with my American signed fighters. The man said it. It came out of his mouth. He said, Conor Benn and Boots ain't fighting. Okay, so now I need you all to ask yourself this question. If that is the case, and your biggest leverage, Eddie Hearn, is in the UK, and you keep saying you want to make them a global star, then what is your true intentions of these Black American fighters who you are having such a hard time promoting? If you all don't see what this damn devil is doing, you better wake up. And the only critique I have to have for Boots, as a man, if that man asks you what you want to do, don't you ever tell this man, see, let me tell y'all this, man. Eddie Hearn ain't no different from his father. Mm-hmm. Eddie Hearn is just like him when his father said, yeah, I used to have him sign slave contracts. The only difference is Eddie Hearn know the lingo. He know how to dap your hand up. He can smile at you, and you put your guard down. That's when you have to put your guard up. When the devil starts showing his teeth, you need to see a snake's fangs open in his mouth. That's what you need to see when he starts smiling. Because as soon as he starts smiling, here come the trick bag. He's immediately about to start tricking you on what we're trying to find out what's going on. And all they're going to do is go back and say, well, he gave Boots the opportunity. The same thing you brother was saying about Lamont Roach. Hey, brother, you better be careful because they might not want you to succeed because you have ripped the covers off of Tank Davis. Now, let me say this about the Lamont Roach, the Tank thing, and all of that's going on. 1 second they're praising the Black American fighter, but does anybody not find it weird that the Eastern European can have 10 pro fights, come straight out the amateurs, and they're already fighting a Terrence Crawford? They're already fighting a Boots Ennis. They're already fighting a Devin Haney. But you all say you love us so much. Now, if they love us so much, why is it doing all that disrespect last year when they called us cowards? They called us yellow. They said we were Tom and Jerry runners. Where was Sean Zattel then? Where were all of you? Where was Max Kellerman then? When Terrence Crawford was held at gunpoint, where were all of you protesting who claimed to love us so much? So this is what I say to us. Before we have all of this vitriol for each other, we need to look at them demons. Look at them demons that's pulling the strings, because not only is it just about boxing, this is about your manhood. Did not Eddie Hearn say some of those nice, sweet things about Shakur? Did not Eddie Hearn say some of those nice, sweet things about Devin? And as soon as they no longer could be blood suckers of our resources and our talent, he turned on them and called them every name he could besides the N-word. And that is an irrefutable fact. And to you brothers, this is my last point. To you brothers, y'all listen to me. Because I love you more than you hate me. I love you more than you hate each other. And I have to say this. Some of y'all, I don't know if you grew up around your father. I don't know if you grew up around your uncles. I don't know. But for those of you who keep coming up on these channels, because I am never going to tell a Eastern European not to root for that Eastern European. I am never going to tell a Mexican not to root for that Mexican. But for those of you who keep coming and going out your way to praise those who are openly racist, openly hate you, your woman, and your child, until our sisters sit down and have conversations with these brothers, because we cannot allow this coon germ to keep being procreated. They don't deserve to lay with a black woman if they have a coon mind. They don't deserve to lay with a black woman if, even in the sport of boxing, they constantly hold up racists over their own people. What are we talking about here? Some of you still, because you hate Devin so much. So wait a minute. Y'all love the black American fighter, but you hate Devin. So everybody's good, but Devin, because you hate him. Now ask yourself this, black man, why do you hate Devin? Is he a bad example for our children? Does he curse? Does he do a bunch of ignorant things in front of the press? Is he not a good example as a young black man for our people? Why do you hate Bill Haney? Has Bill Haney done anything in the sport of boxing that you can point out another father hasn't done? Matter of fact, to go deeper, you same brothers that got hate for Bill Haney, you had nothing to say about Tyson Fury when he busted that teenager's head. Tyson Fury's father, when he busted that teenager's head and busted his nose. You all had nothing to say when Zab Judah, matter of fact, y'all told Zab Judah to calm down when Zab Judah called out Angel Garcia for the way he behaved. But you all got smoke for Bill. Now, let me tell you this. Maybe I'm just passionate about it because I've been behind enemy lines. I done dealt with these people before. But let me say this. Your wake-up call is coming. We're not going to keep allowing y'all to keep doing this. And I've held my peace for a while now. But some of you brothers, I'm telling you, you keep doing what you're doing, there going to be consequences. Because this is not the atmosphere to keep playing around because you want to be assimilated to whiteness. I land my plane there, brother.
Good stuff, good stuff. Before I go to Stormy, before I go to the brother Stormy, let me address this cat. Will Hacker Life says 78 thinks he knows boxing, but he never threw a punch ever in life. All he do is drink alcohol and meat ride Bill Haney. Well, did I ever tell you about the time I went down on your mama? I had to stop because her coochie smelled like. Yeah. So your mama coochie smell like mustard, bro. We ain't have no more conversation. Go ahead, Stormy. The Sensei Stormy B, man, you there, brother?
Yeah, trying to come off of mute. Salute to everybody on the panel.
Yes,
salute to you, General. Coach Hudson, keep on keeping it trill like you do, brother, because, you know, listen, I'm 60 years old, but hearing you talk like that, I'm ready to go run through a wall for you, bro, because, hey, that's the real deal right there, what you're saying.
Salute, Sensei.
But let me just say that talking about these, and again, shout out to Coach Hudson, I love it when he says this COINTELPRO ignoramus out here. You know, I did that live this morning, and the general did comment on my live where I was talking about the 2 times. And the 2 times I've affectionately referred to Sean Shittel and Radio Raccoon. You see, when you get people out there like these guys and they say things and they kind of put things into the atmosphere, one of the talking points that I made this morning was them talking about Bud Crawford, and if he were to fight again, his next fight, he's not worth $100 million. When have you ever heard them come out and say that Canelo wasn't worth the $200-300 million that he was getting, or any of these other fighters, Tyson Fury, any of them? You've never heard them talk against those men's purses or potential for purses, and even some of the smaller weight class guys. You just don't hear them say that. But see, that's another one of those efforts from behind the scenes to plant seeds And those talking points become believable positions and perspectives. No one outside of Alexander Usyk has achieved what Crawford has done. And, nobody's talking about what Usyk shouldn't get or make or whatever. And these are the kind of things we need to stand solidly for because, again, whether Crawford fights again or not, we're talking about the disrespect toward the melanated fighter. That's what it is at the end of the day. And all of these guys who be out there and they don't show the real support and they get behind these narratives that some of the slave masters put out there and get them to be obedient to, they need to be done with too. They and I said done with, not dealt with. I didn't cross that up. They need to be done with. We don't need to give them time, space, or consideration because this is a war. It's an ongoing battle. And we're nowhere near victory in this process. But the one thing you can bank and count on is doing away with the enemy should be the main objective. And don't be deterred from that because the enemy sometimes look just like you, huh? And they are the lapdogs of those who don't look like you.
Right.
And those two will get together, like the ones that I talked about this morning, and spew the filth and the garbage that you see out there. So let us not forget what's important. And I love the fact that these brothers can come out here and express themselves with articulation and intelligence. And I love the way that they speak from the heart, because that goes from the heart goes to the heart. Do not give up on that struggle. Stand your ground, brothers. I appreciate you and your time. Respect to everybody on the panel. Salute to the chat.
Shout out to the sensei, Stormy B, man, coming through. Head Buster, what's happening with it, bro?
What's up, 7A? What's up to the panel? How y'all doing?
Chilling, fam.
I got a question for you, 7A.
Yes, sir.
And there's no controversy with my intent. So, in the sport of boxing, in the business of boxing, can you identify or put a name on the enemy?
On the enemy of boxing?
Just in general, the business of boxing. Whoever the enemy is, or maybe multiple, can you identify?
To me, I think it's a few of them. I think it's the boxing promoters. I think it's the boxing networks, and I think the fans have to take responsibility as well, because the fans have allowed these people to lie to them. And then, bottom line is this: if McDonald's is spitting on all their cheeseburgers and you still buying them, then you the sucker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I respect what you said, and by you saying fan, you kind of led me into what I was about to say. So if we identify what you just said, let's say we all in agreement, let's be on the same page. Excuse me, y'all, my bad. If we identify them, that's what I was going to ask. What is the boxing fan? Because one of the names I heard is Eddie Hearn. So let's say Shakur or Devin is my favorite fighter. Devin's no longer with Eddie Hearn, but let's say those one of my favorite fighters.
Right.
How big is my issue? Because if I am a paying fan, if I'm buying the Zone, the monthly subscription or pay-per-view for Devin Haney, I am also contributing to the generational wealth of Eddie Hearn. So if I'm a paying fan, how big is my issue? Because you can't have it both ways, in my personal opinion. You can't contribute to the enemy because you can't feel him. You can't feel his generational wealth and complain.
Well, I understand what you're saying, and in theory, you're correct, but that's like saying you can't be a real revolutionary and got a job paying taxes and working for the white man. You got to do what you got to do until you can do what you want to do.
Yes, I do agree with you, but that does have some truth in it. Because look at it this way. It's 24 hours in a day, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say the average person sleep for 8 hours. I work a job for 8 hours. So the other 8, I'm a full-time revolutionary for 8 hours. I mean, I think a revolution, my personal opinion, I mean, I think that's a full-time job. That's a full-time assignment.
It is a full-time assignment, but you can't show your hand. What I'm saying is I don't want to mix. I probably shouldn't have used that example, but I'm saying this: you shouldn't. If you're not in position, right? It's like if you get pulled over by the police, right?
Yeah.
If you know they pulling you over on some racist stuff, you know you ain't did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You will be a plumb fool to jump bad with the police and they got guns.
Exactly.
Your best option is to shut up and get home and deal with it when you're in a position to deal with it. That's what I'm saying. But I understand what you're saying when it comes to boxing, but I can't. For instance, if let's say I got like PBC, I got a problem with the PBC, right?
Yeah.
Now, if let's say PBC put on the card between Devin Haney and Tank Davis, I'm buying the card. I'm not gonna say, well, I'm not buying it because I got a problem with PBC. No, that's gonna have to wait because I want Devin to. It's like this. What's the best? I'm trying to use the right words without saying the wrong thing. It's like this, bro. You have to do. I'm gonna go back to this. You have to do what you have to do until you're in a position to do what you want to do. In theory, I would love for boxing fans to have some sense and stop paying for all this nonsense. Nope, I ain't paying for no more fights until y'all give me what I want to see. But if they give me what I want to see, I gotta pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I appreciate you answering my question and my respect to you because you heard me out, you answered my question, and I respect what you say. It's just my point of view on it was I do agree with some of the things you're saying. It just seems as if that is the case, that there is a little bit of compromise. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It seems like it's a small bit of compromise, but hey, man, respect to you and kind of like thank you for hearing me out and not jumping out there, bro.
Hey, much love. Freedom's March. What's up, Freedom's March?
Salute. What's good, everybody?
Chilling,
brother.
Salute to the chat. I just wanted to piggyback on what everybody was saying. Yesterday, Coach Hutchin was cooking. He was talking about Eddie Hearn. And I put in the chat that Eddie Hearn is a fork-tongued devil that spews honeyed words. And that's exactly the type of cat he is, right? So, but the thing is this. We have to exercise discernment and common sense.
Right.
Jaron Boots Ennis has 35 fights. And how many fights does he have other than Eddie Hearn? Like 2 or 3? He had Karen. Yeah. He had Karen, and he had Stanionis, and now he had Lima.
Right.
3 fights. In the 32 fights before that, it was the same type of fights, right? He never really ever stepped up in competition. So he had never really demonstrated that he really wanted to be promoted by somebody that was going to push him to challenge himself. Now, Eddie Hearn has showed his true colors before when he talked all that crap about Tank, right? He said that Tank was stupid, right? But that's what makes him dangerous. Like, he's unassuming. You don't think he knows what he's doing, and that's how he gets you out of there. Eddie Hearn has demonstrated for a very long time what he's really about. And we have to put the onus on the fighters that choose to rock with somebody like an Eddie Hearn, because that makes it dangerous for everybody. So, yes, Eddie Hearn is a fork-tongued devil, and really no Black American fighters should be rocking with him. But if they continue to go back to him, we kind of have to leave that alone. Like, we have to say, you know what, we did what we could. We, Jaron he's a grown man. He's doing what he wants to do. And it's the same with all these other cats. Like Tank, we know he's a coon, right? We know that he's going to coon out. We know that when it comes down to it, he's not really down for his people. And when he faces somebody like Jake Paul, this is going to be the ultimate test for his fan base. If he gets splayed and laid out by Jake Paul, he's going to find out who really is going to have his back. And at the same time, the people that built their entire careers, their entire YouTube channels off a ride for Tank Davis, they're going to find out if all those things Tank has done throughout his career, what his fans have done, going in on Devin Haney for no reason, just cooning out and all that other stuff. It's all going to come out in the wash, and that's what we have to just let that happen. We got to let these cats go, and that's where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? It's just we have to come to a point where we have to take responsibility for our actions as black people in the sport, in the world. You know what I'm saying? When cats turn their back on us and they ride for the other side, we have to be real careful about allowing them to come back into the space, taking them back in with open arms. And because I know that's what we want to do. We want to say, you know what? This is still our brother. You know, I don't want anything bad to happen to him. But if they continuously demonstrate that they don't have that same energy for you, we got to leave them where they at. And that's all I got for them.
Yeah, for the marks because everybody ain't gonna make it, OG.
Good stuff, my brother Marks. And let me ask y'all a question, because you know I've been saying for years that Eddie Hearn's the devil, and he makes evil fair seeming, you know. But you know, it's funny to me. I don't know if this is, maybe I'm tripping, but it seems like every black fighter that's signed to Eddie Hearn stop getting lineups. They always got them nasty UK haircuts. Boots went from being fresh to death to all of a sudden now he got this weird haircut.
No, 7-8. That's some Philly shit. I swear to God, it's Philly, bro.
Okay, why AJ hair look like that?
AJ get his haircut by the Nigerians, man. You know how they do those Nigerians.
Dillian White hair.
Dillian get his haircut in the dark. You know what I'm saying? By that what's his man name?
Dean cut his hair.
Man.
Yeah, Dean cut that boy hair.
But I'm gonna keep up. But the only person Eddie Hearn did something for was as a black man is Tevin Farmer. That's it. That is it.
What do you do for Tevin Farmer?
He had Tevin Farmer fight like 50,000 fights. You know what I'm saying? They got paid. That's it.
Okay.
That's the only black fighter he did something with. Devin did his own thing because Devin is his own promotion company. You know what I'm saying? But
Could we not discuss what Dillian and Dean do in the dark? That is disgusting.
My bad, bro. Yeah. Barebacks, my fault, man.
And he needed Tevin. Tevin didn't need him. He needed Tevin.
No, it goes with Tevin. It goes both ways because nobody was signing Tevin, bro. Not top three, not PPC. I understand what you're saying, but yeah, bro, I love Tevin. That's my dude, bro. Like I be on his YouTube and everything, but I'm saying that's the only thing I seen that besides AJ don't count. He a UK nigga. Excuse my face, but Tevin Farmer, American black man that made some of himself with the Eddie Hearn stuff. Mm-hmm. He got belts. He got like 11 fights with Eddie, and he's made his money. He got the hell out of there, bro. Like
I hear what you're saying, but let me just say this. Let me say this real quick.
Go ahead, my brother.
Because especially with the young brother that was speaking before, and I understand where he's coming from because a lot of young brothers have this same question. They ask, well, if we're trying to do this revolution thing and we're paying for some of these events and these things are happening, then aren't we compromising, right? Let me point out this, because like you were just saying, well, you know, he helped out Tevin. This is the point that I've been trying to make. There was a time where we didn't need none of these folks. They came to us. If you all go back and look at the history, we had our own boxing leagues. We had our own football league.
Hey, everybody else go on mute except for Coach Hudson. These some crazy background noise.
We had all of our own leagues. Now, Eddie Hearn, when he got all that money, he needed some black American talent at that time. So that was a business transaction. And I just want us to be careful on the verbiage we use, because young people will hear us say, well, Eddie did do something for Tevin. No. They had a business transaction. Nobody was signed Tevin, and Eddie needed some black American talent. That was a business transaction. There is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, Eddie is doing out of the goodness of his heart because he gives a damn about us. And until we understand that we are the talent, we are the resources, and that we are all we need, then we are going to keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Do you all see the way Clarissa Shields moves? If every fighter moved like that and we moved people out the way, we would be unstoppable and we will be calling the shots. Ask yourselves this question. Why is Ryan Garcia sitting up there with the Ring Magazine panel on YouTube and they're forcing black fighters to have to talk to him during interviews? Because they are leveraging their power in this position. We could do the same exact thing. If every fighter got those interviews and said, you know what, Max? I ain't got no personal beef with you. Mike Coppinger, I ain't got no personal beef with you. But Ryan Garcia, we not talking to him. Do you know how fast they would get Ryan off of that show? That's power. That's unity. And you ain't got to do a whole bunch to exercise that unity and exercise that power. To the young man who was asking that question, let me put it to you like this. I'm almost 40 years old now, young brother. And I knew at a young age that I wanted to work for myself. But I couldn't quit my job the next day. I couldn't quit my job and be a bum. I had to do something and do the work to get to this point. When a soldier joins the military, he don't go straight to special forces. He has to go through boot camp. He has to go through his advanced training school. He has to go through a lot of years of things first before he can become an elite soldier. That's why everybody has a part to play in what we're trying to do. I don't expect you to come right out and be able to do what I'm doing right now because you haven't gone through the process yet. But once you all go through the process and understand that we are the talent, they came asking for us to integrate their sports because we were taking all the money. 1957 NBA, NFL, and the boxing leagues. When they said, hey, man, no more Jack Johnsons, we had our own league of boxers fighting. They saw the millions that they would lose, and eventually in the future, it would have been billions. Now, every time we unify, we have all this energy to drag Jay Prince, drag Don King. We'll drag our own and have no smoke for Bob Arum, who took Top Rank from Herbert Muhammad. That's the facts. That's what really happened and took place. So don't y'all ever think that they are doing something for you. Devin Haney and Bill Haney actually did something for Eddie Hearn. When nobody else wanted to do business with him, they were calling Eddie a snake. Bill said, you know what? I see what we can do some business. And as soon as Devin called Eddie out about those tickets, Eddie showed exactly what he is and who he is. So don't y'all ever think that they doing you a favor. We are the sauce. We are the seasoning. We are the frequency that this world wants to come to America and operate on and experience. Without us, everything would be bland. So don't you ever get it twisted.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
All love.
And Coach, that's why I love you as a big brother, bro. We only like 3 years apart, bro. I respect that 100%. I didn't mean to say. I meant to say what you said, as in he came to America and got Tevin. I was basically saying like Tevin, besides Devin, Tevin like the only African American that did something on his own. That's all I was saying.
No, that wasn't that true, brother. I was just talking to people who might be hearing what we're saying and take it another way.
Yeah, but I'm the one that started that conversation, so I'm taking responsibility, you know what I'm saying? Accountability, you know what I'm talking about?
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, I appreciate what everyone said. I
know.
appreciate everything I heard, what everyone said. And like even if it's a difference of opinion, like we can all take a little bit from it. But I think the only thing as far as like I think business was spoke about, I think in business you have to have some selfishness to preserve. Like I'm a dog, man. I know you talk about dog 7-8. It might be other brothers on this panel too. So 7-8, if we have a litter and it's X amount of puppies and we say this the price, this how many picks you get. I mean, that is what it is. We can't go into business trying to necessarily, give all to one side. Like that's not how business goes. You don't preserve yourself. You don't have longevity doing that. How many people come to you? You know what I'm saying? How many people come to you for puppies and they want a deal? They want papers and a deal and shots. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And
so you got
everything.
Yeah, for real. So you gotta have some selfishness to preserve yourself. You get what I'm saying? So I would think that's self-explanatory to an extent, but I do understand like a lot of times, especially boxers, well, not just boxers in general, we go into business dealings with our feelings and we kind of lack education. Like we learn through trial and error, unfortunately. So I respect everything everybody's saying.
No doubt, man. Hey, man. First of all, man, I'm gonna thank y'all brothers for joining me. I gotta call my mother back real quick. But this was an excellent cook, man. Long overdue. I feel fresh and rejuvenated now. I'm gonna shout out to my brother Drew Titan. Make sure y'all go check out Drew Titan. And Drew, tell people they can find you all your pages.
Oh man, I got 3 pages. I should be up on live on my boxing channel maybe Tuesday and Wednesday. It's Drew Titan LLC. In the meantime, you can find me Painful Excellence Podcast. That is the Painful Excellence Podcast, aka Pep Talk. I was live yesterday. We had Bernie on there. That's the backup channel. And if everyone got a backup channel, you're a content creator, I suggest you get one. Because YouTube can yank the plug on you at any point. But it's okay. They just put me in jail for a little bit, but I'm back on my grind. And Bear Cave Entertainment, that's the 3rd channel. I'm everywhere. I'm a nerd too, so let's get it. YouTube General, we gonna talk. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And shout out to the brother Sean Sanders who came through. Shout out to the brother Coach Hudson. Tell the people they can find you, brother.
Salute to you, General. You can find me at Coach B. Hudson on YouTube. Y'all know the square that I'm standing on. Salute to all the brothers on the panel. Peace.
Yes, sir. My brother Steven of the Mac, good looking out. Thank you for coming through, giving us your expertise. Headbuster 601, thank you for coming through with your questions, fam, and your contributions. Freedom's March, my brother, tell the people they can find you. You on mute, Freedom's March. Oh, dang, he tried to, I think he tried to, no, you go. Freedom's March, you still on mute? Yeah, he on mute.
You catch Freedom March on YouTube, right on YouTube. Yeah. What's up?
Go check out the homie Freedom's March on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Excellent channel. And shout out to the homie Stormy B, man. Everybody who came through, make sure y'all go check them out. And we will see y'all tomorrow. 78 Sports TV. Salute to the mighty LDBC. We up out of here. Deuces.